Hey you guys, so I have some downloads to give, and yes, it might be a little dense energy and like just a little more like straightforward, but let's have at it. Okay, I hope everyone's doing really well. I know, like, I think of, like, I don't know how about you guys, but we're like, it's okay to feel at like almost like a little bit of like a stamp, like you're like at a dead end point, or like just like drained, like a little drained. I think like God's wanting all of us to like really slow down a bit. If you're feeling like you need to, just, you know, take the rest, take the time, connect, and let him, you know, let the angels and the ancestors like revive you. Maybe put on some like Reiki healing music, or, you know, like just like revival, like vibration tones. Like, it's, you know, like bring yourself back to a settled place, like, you know, where you're just like you're feeling soothed, you're feeling, you know, not too high, not too low, just in that middle ground. I had to do that today and like yesterday, and I just, you know, like I was like, do I need to record this right now? Like, it's like, bitch, you should have done it yesterday. It's like, okay. So anyways, like, well, and you guys be careful of like really know like what's coming in when you're asking, like, even with the cards and all of that, like sometimes it's not always the most high trying to trick you out your spot of what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what happened yesterday. And then, yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. I was like, why would, like, I was like, why would you give me these downloads if I'm not supposed to talk about them, you know? And maybe it also wasn't like the right time, but no, it was like, that was a trickster trying to trick me. No, sorry, I just need to get these up. All right, so bear with you, girl. And I really do. I'm sending so much like loving energy, you guys, to you guys, okay? Like, we all need it, but it's really okay to not be okay, and it's really okay to just vibe out and take time for yourself. You know, eat something hearty, or, you know, just healthy for you that you like. Have a treat, you know, for yourself. All right, y'all. Okay, so there's been a big illusion, like it's like casting spell, like a big black magic spell over a lot of the community. There's been like this overall illusion, right, of even when it comes to people believing certain things about, you know, other people, or, you know, and all with like the casting spells that was like happening in the past. And, you know, when it comes to like the cults, covens, and things, okay, those things are real. You know, but there's a lot of magic that goes on like all the time, you guys, like our words are spells and whatnot. But, you know, like, this is like darker, deeper stuff. So the illusion has been lifted, though, off many people, and they're off their eyes, and their errors of their mistakes are being revealed. Okay, so them thinking in the past that they were doing right by, you know, these people that have maybe been paying them to, like, you know, take out earth angels or what have you, they have been lifted, and people obviously have like been receiving their karma and are really like now settling into the understanding of their errors, like where like this is wrong, like being awoken, right? See, or even having things happen to them, of course, like karma wise, you know, getting kind of like the paybacks of what they thought that they were even getting paid for to like do and get away with. Well, not, you know, that's what I'm saying. Energy is energy. Whatever you put out there, it's gonna come back at you. So it's all the lessons being learned, but people are actually like feeling, I think, like the empathy towards the ones that were done wrong, right? And as they should, you guys. It's like, put yourself in that person's position, okay? Like, if anything, y'all should be like helping out the ones that anyone were burdened, and if you know about it, you should say something. Like, those who pretended to pretending to be complicit or accidentally involved in spiritual warfare, which it's been gnarly, it has been over the past couple of years, are being exposed as planners and schemers of crimes against humanity. That is where God is placing y'all as, not it's like the people in the back, okay, like, you know what I mean? So people have been put under this fog of illusion, and now it's been lifted. So it's been broken now. So people are seeing, like, the consequences of their actions, of what they've really done, and seeing it as holy shit. Like, was that the smartest idea? Not really, right? And no, people are not gonna just get away with like talk about biggest lesson to be learned, right? There is a paternal and maternal figure, so figures, that will be cleaning up their own mess. Okay? These two have involved themselves in spiritual warfare, malice, and hardware. It was said to me, the word hardware. So, which, equals out to like criminal activity. So these two have a spiritual bond, they think, or want to call it to be, but it's a bond from hell. It's a spiritual bond from hell, okay? Like, their intentions are very poor and more like an intentional, like, to see people get hurt and burdened and broken. Yeah, this calls for like mental instability. Like, you need to see a physician for your mental health, essentially. They literally have an unspoken agreement to do harm to others as they live their two separate lives. They hold they hold a lot of grudges, like animosity, along with resentment, right? Which, hey, we all do, but we don't go out and, want to unalive people or, lie, steal, and cheat, or all these things against them, okay? As we're trying to raise families. Anyways, this is very much like involved with the cults and covens, okay? And the ones doing, with it, which is included with like stealing inheritances, and, these are older people, okay? And possibly not as old. I mean, there's like three. There's like three overall, I think, that were initially like the ones plotted to when it came to stealing inheritances and cults and covens. The main. Their goal, is to manipulate and to weaponize like people's like vulnerability and their insecurities against them to get them on their side, and obviously payments are involved. One is a very overbearing feminine, possible borderline personality, see the mental health there, and or bipolar, for sure. I definitely think bipolar. So they keep people indebted to them, keeping people confused, controlled, and to believe they're this. They also believe, like, make them act like they're this frail character, and then they need help, and when whatever their needs are in that moment, they will like succumb to like this type of personality trait. The other person uses like money. Why? What is it? Oh, buys people's love with like. Yeah, buys their love with like by using money, like to give them, to keep them around and whatnot. So clearly, you guys, like, all of this is just like humans that are very scarred from their own upbringings. But when you become that adult and we are in a very healing era, right? You don't have an excuse at this point. Like, you have to see it for what it is and have to want to take a hold of your life and do better. But what we're talking about here, these, like, mental health or not, like, then go get the help with your mental health, because you're literally intentionally wanting to take people down and harm them, and you get happy over that. These people are effectively doing this to the community or people within their community. I mean, I can only imagine what it is for their children, right? So it was said that, these people have groomed, you guys, when it comes to what we're talking about, like with these cults and covens, like when your family is like Mason from or Masonic, you know, the Freemasons, like that's living two separate lives, like very drastically separate, right? But still putting on like a front. And what these secret societies and like the Illuminati, all these things, what they do is they say you're gonna have all this money, but you're selling your soul. You have to pretty much sacrifice that the person that you love the most. You have to do deeds for them, right? Like dirty deeds. It's like even in like the Hells Angels, right? It's like there's like the 1%er, right? That's like the person that goes and not straight up unalives like whoever they need, right, to take out. And these cults are not far different. I mean, like, or you think you're learning like occultic knowledge, right, from the books, whatever, but they're really at the same time, they might be teaching you this, that, and the other, but they're not going to teach you the whole thing. You know, what they're really doing is they're siphoning and traumatizing you. This is like grooming these lost boys, almost like, or these lost girls. You know, it's like they're grooming you, and then they fragment your psyche, making you think that like you're doing something important or you're getting paid for, when in reality you've already sold your soul. So how can you, if you sold your soul and they know like you're not gonna make this quota, or like you're not gonna be able to like take out like earth angels because you're not even privy to understanding the protection that they have over them, right? Or you have to like make these videos, these sex videos, and like what you guys put them on the dark web. I mean, like the level of like just like so immoral, you know what I mean? But what are they striving for? Immortality. So fuck the values, let's live forever. Well, you got the young bucks, you guys aren't gonna live forever. You guys are selling your souls. Like the money is not gonna be there. Like, you know, because you're working, it's a pyramid scheme, sweethearts. You are working for the devil. And you think you're having all this fun, right? You're like doing sex magic by just pretty much being selling your juices, actually just mixing them all up together and giving away all your creativity, all your power. That's what that is. And you're in hopes that you don't get an STD, but like no one checks in for that. So, and then as all this time you're under this illusion, this fog that we talked about, right? So you think this is all party, fun, great, rah, 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 rah. When in reality you're in a fucking cult and they control you and they own you and you have no idea, but you think you're running with the elites. The elites are fucking reptilians, half of them. They don't have souls. That's why they need yours. So that's why they bring you in as they're, you know, traumatizing you, fucking Stockholm syndrome, like, you know, grooming you to be, you know, fuckboys. You're becoming male prostitutes, along with confusion as to what sex orientation are you attracted to. And I'm telling you, you guys, some of the people that have grown up in these homes that some of your parents were your handlers, like they handled you. Like this is what we're talking about, what a handler is. You're being handled by, you know, someone, call it, like even these people saying like epsilon, whatever. Like I don't, you know, there's levels, more levels, devils, right? But it's nothing that you would want to ever be a part of. And you owe your life, and not only your life, you can't even get out of these things because they'll kill your family. And right, with magic, it's behind closed doors, but you also can't fear them because what they don't tell you in all this occultic magic that they're teaching you, right? You free yourself, contract or not, you free yourself by speaking up, by getting out and telling the truth. But that, I get it, that takes a lot. But where do you think we're going towards right now? What do you think I talk on, you know? And they know it. Okay? So don't fear them. Don't fear them any longer. And understand there's a lot of wounds that need to be healed from your childhood. Some of you guys that like grew up in families like this, you were handled, you were groomed. You were groomed. And that's why even like some people, their sexual like love language can be having sex with someone, because of that was like their upbringing of like what they were, you know, taught. This obviously even is like if you're younger, like if you were like molested or, you know, by a family member, or like, you know, just found yourself in, if you can even remember, you guys, some of these things, this is what we block out, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, it needs to be, you know, spoken out, and with, you know, someone you trust, or, you know, with like a good therapist or something. But this is what God is wanting to break down, this system of control, of thinking like selling your soul unbeknownst to the people that are signing the contracts, thinking they're getting all this money. No, because you have to, it's a sacrifice. You have to, whatever, you know, you have to then go do things for these people, and it's so against your morals and your values, and it feels wrong at first, right? But they create a really big delusion around it. I mean, thinking that you guys are like kings on the hill or whatever, but as they're siphoning from you, they are deteriorating, like literally your brain. I mean, your psyche is this is Stockholm syndrome practically. This is full blown brainwashing. These cults, covens, these fucking secret societies that they want to create and make known. It's bad. It's really bad, you guys. But this is what's going to be broken down and being exposed. Absolutely. Like, now. It's about time, right? You run into the wrong earth angel. We're going to stand up for ourselves. And I'd hope that the people would want to come fight together. Yeah, so essentially, I mean, like, most people that have been brought up, you know, within these families, these Masonic families and whatnot, like, they have their children under spell work. Like, that's why this is finally breaking off, and people, you know, are awakening to these things and seeing past the veil. And it's everyone can be healed from this, you guys. Like, there is no shame around it. But the first start is to get a step away, so walk away from this. And I'm telling you, the more people that walk away, and like if more of you guys would just, you know, like speak up about it, it's like you wouldn't be in trouble. Like, if we even came together and, you know, you guys were, this is abuse. This is full blown abuse. These adults know that it's abuse. And it's like, it happens, you know, they collect you like in churches and things as well. I mean, like, there's all this false facade in front of it, and then behind the scenes they're doing magic. Like, when you say no and you step away, and I know maybe some of you might fear like, oh, they're gonna like take my family out or something. Like, no, like you are breaking the ties. You're breaking the ties with them. You're speaking your truth to them. You're getting out of that, and that's when you'll awaken out of that spell. It's standing up for yourself, and then of course, like, keep yourself cleansed, cleared, and whatever you need to do to feel safe and protect, or like, you know, like, other people have gotten out of these things, right? And so it's like, this is the movement. This is going to be a huge thing, like a huge movement. Okay, so this is where us as a community, like, that have broken free and like need to talk about these things and not feel ashamed of them, we come together, and we be honest, and we be there for each other. Like, truly, you guys, like, these people are predators. Okay, like, this is full-blown abuse. It is verbal abuse. It is obviously mental abuse. Like, and there's definitely physical abuse going on there. I mean, absolutely. It's not just all this like BDS sex stuff or whatever. Like, there's fucking abuse, like physical abuse. And the way that even like with the grooming, with like how like teaching these young men that like tame women. Like what year are we living in, you guys? To be taught to dismiss a woman's fears, or their woes, or like if they have an issue with something, to dismiss them, thinking that you're going to control them, or like beat them down so much so then they need you. Like, you guys were taught wrong. Okay, like that those are lies. That is not that's an abuser. That's not gaining like any kind of power over a woman. I mean, and that's why I think some may get confused when there is a woman that stands up for herself, right? Because you were taught wrong. This is power and control in the worst way. This is what we would call your local abuser that needs to be put in jail because they're abusive. Do you see how it confuses the psyche? So, and yes, I'm sure you guys were made out to like pull in women that have insecurities. Mind you, we all have insecurities, okay? I mean, I'm men, women, and especially these grown adults that were teaching you this shit. They're the most insecure, lost souls around, all right? So, this is psychology 101, you guys, but you don't beat down a woman thinking they're going to turn, and some of them may, because of the insecurity parts, some of them may have come back to you. Well, that's an abusive dynamic. It's unhealthy and it's toxic, and you're enabling trauma bonds. You're pretty much using their traumas against them. And what guy turns around and actually has love for that person? It's backwards, right? But this is what happens when you're being taught by individuals that have not had genuine unconditional love from their parents or the people in their community or around them, because they don't understand it. They don't know what it is. All they know is power, control, live in my alpha, live in chaos, right? Manipulation, need greed, like to wear a mask all the time, don't even know themselves, but make sure they look pretty for the community. This is where love is lost, right? Because love is not fear, is not anxiety, is not manipulation. It is not, it's never holding anyone back from from their happiness, from their creativity, from their love, from whatever they love in life. It's none of that. Here, love does not confuse, deceive, harm, manipulate, weaponize your vulnerability moments against you, and it does not gaslight, and it definitely doesn't sit in a toxic relationship, and fight each other to see who can be the pettier one, or the one that gains the power, and then part ways and then come back together, have make-up sex, and think that you're all better. No, that's not love. Love is literally if you love someone so much, you would let them go, and if they're meant for you, they come back for you. They come back to you. And that's having that, and love is is what God gives us, unconditional love, and that's where we have faith and hope, and we sit with our just love for ourselves. We show love for ourselves. We care for ourselves. Love gives positive feedback. Love supports you in your ideas and your dreams, and doesn't try and compete with you, doesn't try and tell you that, oh yes, you can do that, and then behind your back is somehow trying to keep you kept from that dream of yours. You guys, it just all comes back down to yes, we have to look back how we were raised, how our parents were raised, and looking into truly look up, what is unconditional love? What does a healthy relationship look like? What is balance? What is being vulnerable look like? And who is someone that we should feel safe that we can share that vulnerability with, that's not going to use it against us later? Love is feeling safe feeling safe in your nervous system, and just, you know, around your heart, you feel excited with that person. You feel safety with that person. You feel like you want to grow. You feel just like your heart will be pumping to like do fun things, activities, like you want to get to know that person. That's like love. That's you're inspired to give them compliments. You're not sitting back like angry with them and not know why. You know, you're not getting triggered with that kind of love. And sometimes you know, we can feel a little triggered by, you know, but it's more like we're nervous around people that we can love or fall in love with. You believe in yourself. You believe in yourself when you are positioned around people. You're aligned with people that truly care about themselves, and so they can care about you. That when you've taken time to heal and really sit with yourself and care for the past traumas or what have you, or just like know what you like and what you don't like, and you know, you create those, like, even those boundaries, or the being disciplined with yourself in ways to allow yourself to grow and find out what you like or not like. But when you harness that kind of stuff for yourself, you make room to have love for other people, to have love for ones that don't know how to love themselves yet, you know? And that's what we're here, you guys. We are here to not be false lights out there, not be fake, and not be like siphoning off of people or like lying to people. We are here to really dive deeper and get to know ourselves and get to know one another. So that's where I'm moving towards, hopefully, you know, like the movement, like this true movement, you guys, of like, a lot of people have been hurt out here, you know, a lot of people have been hurt. A lot more things are about to be coming up again, and I think it's going to shock the world a little bit. But it's this kind of like brainwashing and, you know, siphoning energy, and just like all this like sex, drugs, alcohol and stuff, but you know, making it seem like it's so something so great. It's not. It's taking your individualistic, like creative side. It's taking your soul from you. They own you. Like, these people this is like contracts of you're being owned. So no more. Escape it. Come talk to me. Like, seriously, we are moving upward and onward in a better, healthier direction. Sorry, I just like totally coughed. One by one, you guys. It takes just one by one, you know? But we're doing it. We are healing out here. We are taking back our lives, taking back control of our lives. And that's, you know, they're having tantrums over there. So, but they know their time is done. So, okay, back to this. So there is someone trying to get pregnant. You keep having miscarriages because you're using black magic. So, stop using black magic, and I would just cool it on the trying to get pregnant, because you don't want to not be able to like get pregnant, like, you know, down the line. But definitely stop the black magic. God's not going to let you have a child. So I would stop. You don't want to lose your life either. Okay, so there's an overseas dark spiritualist that is getting karma now. There's names Leah White, like Snow White, but like white, or like white, like paper. Gina Cruz. The RICO charges will be distributed out to most of these people that were connected with like stealing inheritances, like overseas, stealing money, or like investing money overseas, along with and the cults and covens are like, it's all like linked. Everything is like practically linked. Okay, it's been linked for a long time. They've been doing this for decades, like life insurances, all of that. And like fraud marriages to steal money from collective, hidden underground bunker in another state. For the bunker, possible Austin, Texas. Someone unalive their baby mama or dad. There's a transgender couple that's been doing dark magic on the collective. Holy Spirit did unleash the the dark archangels, I think it was. And then Raphael was sent in to help you guys. And then the angel of peace is walking alongside of most of you guys. So there will be, and there's exposure for committing perjury. People who lied to the investigators thinking that they were going to investigate the collective obviously are getting investigated because there was nothing to be pinned on the collective. Okay. And, there's a trickster spirit in the, who's a manipulator and involved in a murder. So, and no one will be infecting anyone with the STDs that you guys have accumulated within the cult, okay? And I think I've even said that before. Oh, and there was a blood sacrifice, or like a deal done with the elites. Obviously, it either is trying to happen, or it already did, and it's not going to work regardless. So, at the end of the day, pretty much. Oh, and then there's a director, like maybe named Becknell, under very dark, heavy spell work. This is about to break off. That spell work will be breaking off of that director. And there was in a church, like a chorus director that also was like under spell work. That might be the same one. I think I just like wrote it down too quickly. Let's see. But yeah, there's 3 main like people that obviously I think like the cult leaders and like one other person that were like the main people that even started this whole like stealing inheritance and, you know, doing all this dark magic amongst the communities. But people are awakening and you can't unsee what you saw, and there's just more. The watchers are making sure of it, that this is like going to be all exposed, okay? And it's about time, and it needs to happen now. There's been a lot, and people maybe have been feeling even like extra like fuzzy because they were just going extra hard with the spell work recently, because they know, like, you know, the collective is getting back what was stolen from them. God is making sure of it. But they're doing like a lot of root work. So you guys just step away from this kind of stuff, okay? And we really do need to like come together and like fight for your life, because they can't do anything about it. They can't. And even if they were like, oh, try and sue us or whatever, go right the fuck ahead. Like, you're putting us in a courtroom, then great, like, awesome, like, let's look at the evidence. They're hiding and delaying because they know they can't run anymore. They're out of luck, they're out of time, okay? And it's because we've picked faith over fear. So that is it. That is all. But we've already won. It's already like, go ahead. Everyone just be unbothered. Keep, living your life. Keep drinking your water. Keep hydrated. Keep healing yourself. If you have people that, like you can talk to, or I know you have gotten out of these situations. Like, I know I'm here, obviously, but it's a lot, you guys. It's heavy, it's a lot, but this was God's plan, okay? We were even used as bait, some of us. I was, okay? I didn't know. Like, I was going through my awakening, and then, you come to find out. But we're really here on this earth to heal and connect to the Most High, so we can come into union with our partners and like live a soul-fulfilling life. That's the goal. So heal yourself, okay? Connect. Your true freedom and your true growth is from not wanting to look away from what you know in your intuition, in your heart, in your mind, your soul, your body is true. Okay? So if you know that, you speak on it, you act on it, you ask the questions, and you get your answers, and if not, you turn to God and you look in the mirror and you work with you and you. Because at the end of the day, it's us and the Most High, and healing ourselves truly. And then, you know, you'll get in alignment, you jump timelines, and you'll find your soul tribe. And don't hold back, you guys. Like, this is the time. Like, whatever you feel and whatever God is drawing you to, right? Of like, for doing or saying or whatever, your creativity, or just like reconnecting with certain people, like, do so. Do so. He's saying the time is now. Rise. Don't fear. Don't fear. Don't fear. Okay? And sometimes, and when you fear something, you just gotta leap and do it. Just do it. And then you're like, oh, that wasn't so hard. You know? And stick to what you know. Sometimes you just gotta go with what you know. You don't need to ask, or it gets confusing, right? So you go with your heart. You know, you balance. You learn to balance your emotions, that feminine, masculine. Fall into both of them, okay? The dark, the light. It's all there for us. It's all encompassing. Okay? I love you guys so much. Okay. I know that was a bit heavier, and I come straight out with it, but it's because it's okay. It's like, release it, release the past, release the things, and start healing, and start, you know, heal with the people that are actually doing the healing work too, you know? Check in with each other, okay? But just, always have room for your love for yourself. When you can find that, then you truly are taking care of you and loving you first. And God sees that, and He will want the best for you. Because then you can hold space. You can hold space for, you know, someone that's right for you. And, you know, and the right career, or what have you. Jump into what you love. Okay? And get out into nature, you guys. All right. I love you. Have a good night. Bye.
When your heart is racing at the speed of light, and you feel like you got nowhere else to go. No, I want you till the sun comes in the morning light. Yeah, I'll keep you safe, I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go.